Astro A50 2019. What do we have here? Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason. This is Painfully Honest Tech so honest it hurts. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming around again. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, bell notification icon so you can come back again for more painfully honest reviews and such. And if you've been here before, yeah, maybe think about hit the join button down here, right there. Join button. So today's going to be a little bit of departure from the smartphone coverage that I've been doing for a while now. I got to talk about these new Astro A50 wireless headphones, the 2019 version. I think this is Gen 4, the Astro A50s. I picked them up several weeks ago, to tell you the truth, and have been meaning to do a review of them, but I just haven't had the time, and now is the time. So I'm going to go through how do they sound, how do they look, how do their functionality, etc., etc. There is a app that you can use on the PC that I'm going to go through, that it sort of walk you through the Command Center app and tell you what it can do. And then I'll give you my overall thoughts on whether or not you should consider buying this headset. So first off, the looks. I like them. There's a lot of matte black. There's also a reworked mix amp going on in there as well. The mix amp is the base station that this thing sits on and charges. These things are wireless. They have 15 hours worth of charge, and they sit in this base station and get recharged as they're just hanging out. So really, I mean, unless you have a 15-hour gaming session, you're never going to run out of batteries with these guys. And I find that not only are they good for gaming, and I really enjoy that. I'll get to that in a minute. They're good for just all around headphones. I decided to record this with the microphone for the A50 to see how it works. And you tell me down in the comments, how does this mic sound? Astro used to struggle with microphones, but in recent years they have gotten a lot better. Starting with the A10 and A20, their microphones got a lot better. Now, these have new drivers in them, and they're tuned by Astro in a different way. They also offer Dolby Surround, as well as the option for Dolby Atmos. You can get 2 years of Dolby Atmos when you buy these. It's usually you have to pay for that. It's on your PC. I believe you can also get it on the Xbox, PlayStation. No love. Sorry about that. Again, in terms of build quality and what you're looking at, this is probably the most comfortable headset that you can buy on the market right now. The clamping force is not all that great, which is good. and you've got these velour ear cups. My ears just barely touch the insides of the ear cups, but I've worn these for several hours at a time, playing some Battlefield 4 with my friends, and have never had any kind of discomfort. The band up here has a nice band of foam padding as well. Some people have said that it's a little too thin, and that gives them a little bit of a hot spot or an ouchy spot on top of their head, but I haven't had that experience. You have all the controls for the device are on here. You have on the back, you have your on-off, you have your EQ, you have your Dolby on-off, and you have your volume right here on the right ear cup. And then on the left ear cup, on the left ear cup you only have the microphone. And then on the ear cup itself, you have the ability to toggle between more voice or more game. So if you're playing with people and you can't hear them, then you toggle up the voice a little bit. And if you're playing with people and they're way too loud, which is more often the case, then you can toggle them back a little bit. So from a gaming standpoint, these things are just, they're the top of the top. The only other headset that really compares with the Astro A40s at this point is the SteelSeries Arctic Pro Wireless, which have a few more features. It has a base station. It has interchangeable batteries. It has Bluetooth in there, and they do sound really good as well. The sound signature between the Astros and the SteelSeries, I would say that the SteelSeries is a little tighter and a little bit more clinical sounding, while the Astros are a little warmer and more full sounding, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Hopefully it does. They both sound great. They both sound great. The Steel Series might be a little bit better for directionality if you're playing like a first-person shooter game or something and you need directionality. Then the Steel Series might be a little bit better, but I've been able to, hear enemy footsteps and all that kind of stuff without a problem whatsoever while wearing these as well. So, what else do you get in the box? You get the mix amp. You can think of it a few different ways. Either the mix amp is inside of the headset and all the functionalities there, or you can think of the base station as the mix amp. I guess it's more accurate that the headset itself has the mix amp inside and the base station is what's communicating to whatever. So it's on a 2.4 gigahertz wireless stream now, as opposed to a 5.8 gigahertz that it was running on in previous models, and Astro claims that that's going to help connectivity and those kinds of things. I haven't had really any problems with connectivity. No dropouts, no nothing whatsoever. And again, I've been using these probably for the better part of a month while I play Battlefield on the PlayStation 4. One thing I don't like about the mic is I find it really difficult to find a spot where I'm not hearing my nose. That's something that really bothers me. I don't like it when I hear other people breathing into their mic, and I don't like to breathe into my mic at all. It's partially because it's a long mic that comes out here, so it's like some headsets will stop like right in this area, so you're not going to be breathing on them as much. That's the way the Steel Series headset is. If you're not familiar with the A50s, I did a video on the previous version, the Gen 3 A50s, that I'll link down in the description below a couple of years ago. Astro A50s are kind of the pinnacle of wireless gaming headphones, and they should be for $299, well, $300. They've always cost that much, and honestly, they're worth it. The sound that you get, the feature set that you get, I mean, they're highly, highly worth it. On the base station, you have the ability to see how much battery charge there is. You have the ability to see whether you're set on PC or PlayStation 4 with this particular model. There's a switch toggle on the back that you have to toggle for whichever device you're using. For full functionality, and then you can see what preset you're on and whether or not you have the Astro sound thing happening. It's a much smaller base station. The base station previously was about this long, and now it's this long. So it's a pretty nice compact package. It fits on the desk a lot better than the previous Astro A50 base station did, and so I would say that just from an ergonomic standpoint, a better deal. It keeps your desk a little bit cleaner. Let's take a look now at the Astro Command Center. Let me flip over here. Okay, we are in the Astro Command Center, and I'll just walk you through some of what it has here. When you open the app, you'll see this. It tells you what headphone that you have, what firmware version that's going on, and then you've got your preset library. So what I have loaded on mine at this point is the Astro A50 mod kit, which is, I think it comes built on there. I actually like this for gaming a little bit better. This EQ is really weird looking, but I guess it works. EQ is a strange beast, and if you're not familiar with how to set EQ, if the whole idea is to go ahead and set the EQ in a way that sounds good to you, but it takes a while to understand what frequencies do what. 200 hertz here, 325 hertz here, 2753 hertz here, 6691 here, and 11,002 hertz. So what these basic frequencies are going to give you is rolling off or pulling down 200 hertz is going to take away some of the boominess that is in the sound signature. It does sound good. It gives you a little bit more mid-range clarity. That's where the 2700 comes in. This is boosted by 5 dB here. The 6691 is pulled all the way down as well. It's an interesting way to do it, but basically it's giving you good mid-range, crisp top end, and they've rolled off the bass so that you're not going to get overwhelmed by boominess. That looks like what Astro is going for in this particular preset. The Astro preset you can see here is a little bit more dynamic, let's say. And you can see here this orange button, sync to device. That's how you get any one of these presets or presets that you create for yourself to load into the base station, thereby loading into your headset. So I still want the mod kit in there. So if it's different, it lights up as orange, and then when you sync it, it goes back to gray like this. I don't find anything. I haven't fooled around too much with my own presets because I find that these are doing their job pretty well. I'm not a big fan of EQing headphones anyway, but it does really benefit you when you're using this for gaming in particular. So you see they've got media here and that kind of thing. Your mileage may vary whether or not you feel like you want to use any of these or any of these work for you. If you want to load new ones in, then you just select one of the 3 preset slots, and then you select one of these things, and then you select sync to device, and then it won't be pro anymore. It'll be, let's say, media, and you can select that by on the back clicking to 2. There are a few other things over here that are pretty important and that Astro has added since they last had this Command Center software. I don't believe that this was something that was available back in the day, but you see that you have the USB mic level, so you can turn up the mic and see now it's getting louder. Yeah. And turn it down right back there to where it was. And this is something that I'm really, really happy to see. This is the side tone. So if you're not familiar with side tone, it is basically the headphones are feeding, the mic is getting fed back into the headphones so you can hear yourself talking clearly. That is something that's always been important to me because with my background as a musician and working in the studio, you could always monitor what you were sounding like. And once I got into gaming headsets and I couldn't do that with a lot of different headsets, it just felt really weird to me. And so now Astro gives you the opportunity to blend in some more side tone if you want. And I like to be able to do that because I like to be able to hear myself. So over here we've got the stream port. So the stream port basically is something on the back side of the Astro here that is sort of a line out. It's a 3.5 millimeter line out that you can feed back into a computer, and you can mix all of this stuff here. So if you have something, if you have music or something here, if you have your microphone, your chat audio, your game. So let's say your friends are being annoying, you don't want them in there that much, you can hit that and they are not as annoying. So game volume, microphone. This mirrors what you can do in streaming programs like OBS or Streamlabs or that kind of thing. Really an interesting functionality that now the Astro A50 has. You can basically mix your entire stream right here inside of this app and send it out to wherever you need it to go. Like let's say you use a separate gaming computer, a streaming computer as well as a gaming computer, then you can use this to send that baby out. And finally, we get some more settings back here. Default balance between voice and game. This is what you can control with this here back and forth. And the volume of the alerts that you'll get, like whenever you're changing things on the headset. It's by standard set at maximum volume. I haven't found any reason to change that. So we come back here to the presets. This is an incredibly powerful feature for a headset, a gaming headset to have. Not every gaming headset has this. In fact, Astro is kind of leading the way in terms of having software that you can use in concert with your headset to get exactly what you want and to have control over a lot of different features. The SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless has it has a base station as well, where you can get to some of these kinds of features within the base station, but you cannot get to those kinds of features right here on your desktop. So I find that to be really good. Now here, I just hit advanced settings. And it's giving me this warning, and it says the advanced equalizer settings are powerful tools to find. Basically, it says if you don't know what you're doing, you can screw this up. Okay. And here it gives us more granular control over what frequencies we can fool with, and we can just do a lot of different stuff right here within this. So you can choose your bandwidth here. So it's set at 95 and 406, and so this is all. These three are all sort of in the low to mid low range, and then you've got your mids, and then you got your sort of middle mids, I guess, and this is kind of getting to the high end. I don't think the average person's ever going to have to jump into these advanced settings. I mean, feel free to fool with it if you want to, but it is not necessary whatsoever. So let's talk in general about my feelings for the Astro A50 and whether or not you should consider getting one for yourself. I have used the Astro A50s. I think I've had Gen 2 and Gen 3. I've tried a bunch of other headphones. I still have the SteelSeries Arctis Pro wireless. They are good in their own right, but they do not offer the same kind of functionality that the Astro headset offers. This is really made for if you want to do streaming, if you're a really serious gamer, and you want something to use to really be the command center, the control center of your audio for gaming. This will do it all. You don't have to worry about anything else outside of that, which is good, which is something that I think a lot of streamers have wanted in the past, and now here it is. This isn't something that gets a lot of coverage when people talk about the A50 headset, but it is something that will be incredibly valuable to the folks who want to do that kind of stuff. The sound is great, and it has so much control over what you get with the sound that if you don't like the presets that are already on there, you can create your own preset and make it sound the way that you want it to sound. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Unfortunately, all of this control that you get in the app and that kind of thing, that stuff is not available when you're using it on PS4. You basically got what's on the headset that you can fool around with when you're on the PS4. But if you do have a PC and you want to change things, you can unplug from the PS4, just put the USB into your PC, download this app, and change everything to your heart's content, sync it to your headset, and then unplug and plug back into the PS4, and you're ready to go. The Xbox works similarly. I'm more of a console. On console, I'm more of a PS4 guy. I do have an Xbox, but I don't play on Xbox as much. I've got a lot of friends on PS4 anyway. If you're a PC gamer, this thing is anything that you could possibly ever need. I think what I'm hearing as it folds back into my headphones, the mic sounds pretty good. You tell me down in the comments if you agree with that or not. There's a lot of different functionality that you can access just right here on the headset. And so for somebody working on PC, whether it's gaming or just casual audio listening, watching YouTube, whatever it is, this is going to be as good as it gets. One last feature that I don't want to forget is that you can mute this microphone just by folding it up. Pull it back down and unmuted. That's incredibly good. That's an incredibly useful feature instead of fiddling with the button that's here or on the headset somewhere or something like that. You just flip it up and you're muted. You flip it back down and you're talking. If you have, let's say you have a cold and you're playing games with your friends and you don't want your friends to have to listen to you cough all the time, that's also really valuable. Anyway, the Astro A50 Gen 4 is as good as the Astros have been in the past and better. It sounds better to my ears. It has so much more functionality available to it. It is a much better looking version of the headset than in previous years. And you're just getting more for that $300, which I know is a lot of money, but you're getting more for that $300 than you would in another headset that's similarly priced. So I think if you have the cash and you want the best, Astro A50 is about as good as you can get. Steel Series Arctis Wireless Pro is something to talk about. I have a set of those, like I said, and I'm going to review those as well. But they do not offer all the features that the Astro A50 has. So, anyway, thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to know down in the comments below, feel free to journey down there and give me some whatever. If you have any experience using these Gen 4 Astro A50s yourself, let us know how it's going down in the comments. And thank you once again for being here. If this was your first time here and you want to come on back again, then you like, subscribe, bell notify, all those kinds of things. And if you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back again. If you have it within your means to support the channel, look at that join button down there and see if it's something that you might be interested in. Thank you very much. Again, to recap, my name's Jason. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I am out.